Hey guys, welcome back to the Earth Intuitive Podcast. I'm your host, Brittany Nelson. This podcast is a hub for sensitive and intuitive women to feel comforted, supported, and whole in their healing journey. On this podcast, we talk about Ayurveda, holistic health. We also talk about the energy of current times, especially living as sensitives, so that we can find wholeness through mind, body, spirit medicine, and a community of women who feel it all. Welcome back, everybody. It is a Tuesday late afternoon, and we are in the midst of Taurus season. I'm loving it. I think I shared about last week that I love this grounded energy. We're still in a transitional season, of course, of spring. And I wanted to talk a little bit about a really big theme that I have been feeling personally and also collectively as a collective message for us all. And that is the power of making space for the things that want to make their way into our lives. When we are in times of transition, which is, really honestly all of life, right? There's always something changing, growing, evolving, of course. But when we're in a season of transition like we are now, we are moving from the density, the stillness, the stagnation, the release of winter into the fullness, the ripeness, the manifestation, the fruits of summer, So during that time, we're moving from a very still place, a very yin place, to a very active and yang place, Y-A-N-G, yang. So in that transition, things are going to be happening through us, to us, for us, but we also, of course, have a say, and we also get to contribute to that change. So this is the time where we can help support what we are bringing into form by doing the work on our end, and that is creating space in our lives. So think about a garden for a moment. Your life as a garden, maybe you've got a patch of strawberries in one little place, you've got a patch of echinacea herb, you've got a patch of mint over here. You've got wild roses over there. So you've got all these beautiful things going on. And this can represent different things in your life, like your career, your side business, your side hustle, your creative life, like your creative project that you're working on. It could be your relationship with your spouse or your dating life. Whatever it is that you are growing in your garden right now. The things that are here already and the things that are coming. And so often we need to sort of look around our plot of land, of our garden, and just assess what is not growing, what is just not working here in this garden. Maybe it's just not the right climate. It's not the right growing conditions for that crop. I recently let go of a yoga teaching job because even though the space was beautiful, the people that were coming in were beautiful, it just wasn't enough people for me to sustainably keep it going. And this was a theme that was happening with other teachers at the studio, unfortunately. So there was some sort of energy block happening. And I was spending a lot of extra time and effort for not a lot of reward. I don't know. And so I had to make that difficult decision. It's not flowing. I've given it enough time. I've worked really hard to try to get people in here. It's just not happening. And the moment I made that decision, another teaching opportunity popped up like the same week at a new place. So this is just our example of, okay, let me look around my garden and see what's not growing anymore or what's just not meant to be here. Maybe it's just not a match. Maybe it was supposed to just be around for 3 months and then it's gone. It's on its way. There's so many examples of how this can look in our lives. It could be someone we dated, casually for a few months, or maybe it wasn't so casual, but maybe it just isn't meant to go the long distance. I had a lot of experience with that when I was single, and it was very heartbreaking and devastating at the time because I really wanted to find my life partner, and now I have a beautiful partner. I could never ask for anything better. Right. So we go through these times of like, oh, I want this thing to work, but it's not working. Or, oh, there's this thing that's been like dragging on and I just want to let it go. This could look like so many different things. It could be an acquaintance that you've sort of like tried to build a friendship with, but it's not flowing and you just got to like kind of cut your losses. It could be even an old friend where you used to be really close, but like it hasn't been feeling reciprocal or aligned. You're kind of going separate ways. There's so many ways this can look. It could be a job. It could be something really big like a job, a relationship, where you're living. Maybe where you're living doesn't feel aligned for you anymore. There's so many ways this can look. It can be really small. It could be really big. It can literally be as small as, I have this like bill that I forgot about. That's like $25 I need to pay. It could be like, oh, there's a parking ticket I totally forgot about. There's old paperwork in my car. This is what I'm talking about. So when we go back to that metaphor of the garden, there's always going to be, and weeds are not always bad. So I'll just say invasive growth that is not serving you, or maybe it's just like a crop is not growing. It's ill. It's not going to continue with you to the summer. That's really what it is. So most often than not, this stuff will just come up naturally. You probably already have had things come up in your mind as I'm speaking to this. Maybe there's a couple of things you haven't considered. And one of the ways that I feel that can show up is like, I'm going to clean my car this weekend. Oh, I found this thing I've been looking for. Or, oh my gosh, like I forgot about this thing. This is old paperwork. This doesn't need to be in here. Let me throw it out. We want to clear space, especially in the spring. That's why spring cleaning is so like popular of a term, because there's this natural propensity to clear out space when we are flourishing in our garden. Last night I cleared out this little cabinet space underneath our TV in our room. And man, I use our bedroom for like everything, you guys. It's our bedroom. It's my office. Like a corner of it is like sort of sanctioned off. It's my office. It's where I do yoga. It's like where I do a lot of all this type of work. It's where I do a lot of stuff. So it's important that I get rid of old stuff, that I keep things somewhat tidy. I do my best. I'm getting better. But yeah, there's this like drawer area underneath the TV that it just had old like crystals, old Oracle decks, old stuff in there. I went through it last night and I got rid of like 10 candles that were like at its last leg. There's just a lot of old stuff that just didn't need to be in there. And then I cleaned it off and put everything back that needed to be in there. It feels so much better. I swept the floor around it, sat in my meditation this morning, and man, even my meditation felt clear, because the physical and the non-physical are all one and the same, right? It's all underneath everything is energy. So we really need to be cognizant about what's going on in our space, in our physical space, what's going on in our mental space, what's going on in our day-to-day lives that we may no longer need. Sometimes when we're getting rid of stuff we no longer need, it's really easy and freeing and it feels good, like cleaning out a closet or cleaning out a room or even your drawer. And sometimes it can feel really uncomfortable, like having a conversation with an old friend or having a conversation with your job, your boss, whatever. But when we take those bold, brave steps and we end something in our lives or get rid of something in our lives that is just taking up space for no reason, it's sort of like dead weight. When we're able to clear that out, and you all know, not a lot of us like to clean, but afterward it feels so good and you feel more comfortable, more relaxed, more inspired. This is what I'm talking about. I've had so many moments in my life, in my adult life, where I'm like asking for more money in my life, energetically or in prayer or whatever, calling in, trying to manifest more money, manifest more opportunities. But if there's not any space for that, in our minds, but also in our physical space, in our lives as we have it, it can't come in. It's just the law of physics. If we're at capacity, we're at capacity. So I really want you, if you haven't already, during this time, especially that we're in this like really grounded, earthly season of Taurus before things pick up again in Gemini, I want you to get really honest with yourself. What in my life doesn't want to continue on in the summer and beyond? What in my life does not want to continue with me in the summer and beyond? It could also be, what do I not want to bring with me to the summer and beyond? And it could even be a way of thinking, a perspective. Maybe you've had a really negative outlook about something in your life and you're ready to shift that now. Maybe you've had a really weird relationship with someone that you want to clean up and you want to make it better. That all of this, every little detail matters and it counts. It all adds up. When we're in Kapha season, which I've talked about a couple podcasts ago, Kapha is the combination of earth and water. It's a dosha in Ayurveda, so it's an energy, but it's also an imbalance. We are in Kapha season right now. It's very grounded, but it can accumulate. Like the downside of Kapha is it can accumulate too much, and it has this sort of attachment to things. So it can be overly attached to something. So our job is to cleanse, to clear, to get moving, to clear out what we no longer want to bring into this next cycle of life. And I promise you, if you are calling in more money, if you are calling in a new work opportunity, if you're calling in a partner in your life or a new friendship or whatever, just by the law of physics, we have to get rid of something first. We have to create the space for that thing to come in. It has to be a vibrational match, right? And so if your space is super cluttered, your car is a mess, that could be an area that you could spend some time on and just do it as a practice. Do it as a devotion to your desire. What do I want to bring in right now? And every time I do this kind of stuff, like every time I would clear space, if I was calling in more money or whatever, I would have like a new job come up or a new opportunity out of nowhere. It happens all the time, right? You could also look at it as when I close this door that's been opened or cracked open for a while, I close this door, a window opens, something unexpected opens. This weekend, we went to church in Portland. We've just joined a new church, actually. We've come back to that, and it's been really beautiful. And it's, you guys, it's an incredible church. It's modern. It's for people from all walks of life. Like you go in there, there's all different colors, all different ages, all different races. It's so refreshing. The pastor has tattoos, they're married. Like it's not, it just resonates better. But anyway, the music's incredible. The sermons are freaking incredible. And he was talking about this beautiful aspect of waiting and how so much of us are so impatient when we're trying to wait for something to come in, whether that's a job or a new chapter in life. And that God has to form us first in this period of waiting, that we must be formed and prepared before he fills us with something new. And oh man, it was so beautiful, and I really needed to hear it. Obviously, it was way more eloquent and long and beautiful quotes and passages. But, it's like they're talking about the 40 days. Jesus fasted for 40 days. All these different apostles had to go through these 40-day waiting periods to really get what we want. And so when we're in this really slowed down season of Taurus, even though we're in transition, it's kind of this beautiful blend of stillness and slowness so that we can really pause and slow down enough to see what is in transition. And I want you to stop settling in your life. Stop settling for a side gig that feels okay. Can you ask for more? And can you open yourself up for more? If you want to be seen more, can you put yourself out there more? And can you find opportunities that are going to let you shine, allow you to shine in all of your glory? If there's a reason you haven't been meeting new friends lately or a new partner, there's a reason for the waiting, and you have to trust that. So this whole aspect of like creating space, that just kind of helps the process along. And intuitively, you will know what you need to do to prepare for this new thing to come into your life. If you have a guest coming to your house, what do? You clean the house, you clean the bathroom, you put a fresh set of sheets on, you prepare. We always need preparation when we are bringing something new into our lives, whatever that is. So this is the season for that. It's not woo, it's not weird. Like, this is literally just how the universe works. That in order to receive the new, we have to let go of the old. It's like kind of cheesy, but it's true. So I'm wondering, what is that one thing in your life you want to release? What is that thing that you need to do in your home to make it feel more comfortable or you? What is that one thing you need to speak up about to change a situation? It might just take a simple conversation. There's something that's being asked of you to step forward and do for the sake of your dreams, for the sake of your desires. It's sort of this co-creation with God, with the universe, so that you can bring your dreams to reality. And it's really one part surrender and being patient, and another part doing your part to show up to create that space. So this is a little bit of a shorter podcast today. I think that's all that wants to come through. I'm curious if any of this resonates for you. What are you shifting in your life right now? What are you creating space for? And what is being asked to release in this moment? Sometimes they're short-lived things, but they come to our lives for a reason, to show us something, to teach us something about ourselves. All right, y'all. I've got some really fun interview podcasts coming up. When they will be released is not totally clear yet, but they're coming soon. Other than that, I will still be here every single week. And if you are new here, I invite you to join my free school community. This is a free community for women. We've got free courses in there, a course on Intro to Ayurveda, a Nourish Your Nervous System course. I've got a yoga and meditation library in there for purchase. We have free monthly calls, a lot of fun stuff in there. So you can meet us in there. The links are below. If you want deeper one-on-one support, I am opening the doors to one-on-one clients right now. So you can find out more at my website, earthintuitive.com. This is intuitive and Ayurvedic health counseling that's really personalized to you. So we go into your unique energetic blueprint, your doshic makeup, your unique goals in your life that you have for your health right now, and we work together over time to bring these into form. You're also going to get my Embodied Ayurveda course, which is 10 hours of really sinking your teeth deep into the world of Ayurveda, classical Ayurveda, sleep health, women's health, vitality, hormonal health, all sorts of stuff. So you can get all that info in the show notes, and I will see you all next week. Have a great week ahead.